Good evening. My friend Bruce, the chef, is making some pasta and lobster for me. So this is what we have so far. And Bruce has told me that he cooks by feel, so he doesn't really have recipes, just whatever is on hand, and he throws it in. These are neeseberries, by the way, and there's a mango. So the pasta's already cooked. He added oil to the water. He said, what does it do? Keeps the starch from sticking to the pasta?
Pasta doesn't stick together as much when you pull it out of the drain. It coats it, and then, like if you rinse it, then if you drizzle a little oil on it, then too, and then you toss it, then it keeps things from sticking also.
Okay. I just like watching him chop. He's so good at it. Look at this garlic. It looks like it was done in a food processor. He did that in like a minute. I should put the flash on. Yeah, that's better. So this will be our pasta cooking video for the night. And then we'll do the lobster one. The kids taught me that I can pause the video and I don't have to take 3 separate videos.
Technology is a wonderful thing.
I know, right? God, they're like, Sensei, you can just put it on pause. That's fresh thyme.
This is rosemary.
Oh, excuse me, rosemary. Ah. One of my lovers once told me that I smelled like rosemary. Should I take that as an insult? Oh, that smells kind of good. It's a weird thing to say, though, huh? Would you ever tell a woman she smelled like rosemary? He wrote me a poem and he said, "And rosemary, my love for it reminds me of you." I was like
pine needle?
I guess. This is how we're entertaining ourselves today because it's a lockdown in Jamaica. From 12 noon until Monday at 5 a.m., we are not allowed to go anywhere. By orders of the Honorable Andrew Holness, the Prime Minister. Wow. Fresh scallion that we bought in Sablamar the other day. We bought a whole bunch of it. Apparently this house goes through a lot of scallion.
All Jamaican households do.
Okay. Bruce is saying that all Jamaican households do, which I would agree. And that is what?
This is thyme.
Oh, that's the time? Do you have the time, Bruce?
Anticipated.
Get it? So, we're making dinner for 2 because do you want some of this, Bruce?
You're ready for dinner.
I did not eat yet. But I do have a dinner guest coming later, so I know that they will be happy. Oh, if you could smell this, it smells so good.
Jamaicans
rosemary,
typically
thyme.
just throw their whole sprig of thyme in.
Yeah, I
Pull it
don't.
out later.
I always skin it off. I'm not into the stems.
I mean, when you're making stock and stuff like that, it's fine, but for,
Regular cooking, yeah, I don't like it. I don't like the big stems in it.
well, I mean, it's easy enough to pull out. It's a little time consuming to keep it off.
It just smells so awesome. I love the smell of fresh thyme. Plus with the rosemary kicking in on it. Ooh. Bruce has chefed on movie sets and cooked for the likes of Will Smith, Kevin Costner, Nicolas Cage,
Salma Hayek, Kelly Preston.
Selma Hayek, and who?
Kelly Preston.
Who's Kelly Preston?
Used to be John Travolta's wife.
Oh, Mrs. John Travolta. Okay.
Former.
Oh, they got divorced?
I don't believe they're married anymore.
I thought they were, but maybe not. They had a kid that had Down syndrome or something, right?
Yeah.
I think so. Something was going on with the kid. And I think the kid died, which is sad. Man, that smells good. Okay, so that's all ready to rock. Got the pasta right here. Now it's getting the pan ready to make the sauce. We're just going to use some pasta that I got, or some sauce that I got at the supermarket. From Del Monte. Where I used to work. I worked at Del Monte for 2 weeks or something when I was a teenager. And it was so hot, I was sorting green beans and I fainted on the assembly line thing. Mm-hmm. And those were the days of the puffy shirts, and I had a low-cut puffy shirt on. And my boobs came out on the assembly, and my supervisor was trying to pick me up. And he was trying to reach around my boobs, everybody told me later.
Bruce, can I take a piece of the bread, please?
The what?
The bread.
Yeah, sure.
I'm making a cooking video. Huh? I'll make one cook.
I was asking if you were recording.
If what?
I was asking
Yes,
if you were recording.
I am.
Okay.
And this is Duppy, otherwise known as Duji, but I call him Duppy because he's so quiet and you never know he's there until he says something. Can you use the coconut oil? Is it too?
Yeah, well, you better just go get it then.
It's right up there. Oh wait, do I have it in my room? Let me grab it. I might have taken it in here. Okay, we're going to look for coconut oil. Here's my little exercise ball for my belly. I should have bought some more of this too. Here. Simply Natural. Is Del Monte based out of Wisconsin? I think they are.
Multiple places. all over the United States. It all depends on where.
Walnut Creek, California, DeMonte Foods.
That's their home office. They have plants all over the place.
No artificial flavors, yay. So,
Like Libby's up by Stevens Point.
Libby's, I never heard of it. And I'm from Stevens Point.
Libby's is up there. There's a lot of produce places up there.
Libby's?
Libby's.
Yeah, I heard you, but I didn't know it was from there.
No, they have branches. It all depends on where you're at. They have Libby's, Del Monte's in California.
Point was always Del Monte for me, but I don't. Maybe they got a Libby's up there now. I don't know. They didn't used to.
Well, they have a Del Monte. That's just for the peas. They'll have a Del Monte down
We did green beans,
in
but
green beans or whatever.
and corn. And what again? I don't know.
So they'll have
Vegetables.
Del Monte. Will have a place down in Georgia for watermelons.
Yeah, makes sense.
They'll have for cucumbers in Uvalde, Texas.
You know, I picked cucumbers once too. And the Mexicans were picking the little cucumbers, and I thought that was stupid because they wouldn't weigh as much as the big cucumbers. And when it was time to get paid, they made a lot of money for the little cucumbers, and it was a whole different pay scale for the big cucumbers. I made about $12. It really sucked. So this is going in. The smell is amazing. So I asked Bruce which movie stars were nice, and he said all of those guys were nice, except for one, and I won't mention his name. Now, when I did my movie in Jamaica with Gene Hackman, let's see, Mickey Rourke, Joe Pesci, Teresa Russell. I hope that thing is dead now. Oh, God! No. I hate to hear him yell and scream. I feel so bad. I feel guilty.
This is steam coming out of them. That's all it is. It's not them screaming.
It's the steam coming out of them? Well, wouldn't they scream if they were getting boiled alive?
Have no vocal cords.
Okay.
There's steam coming
Well, this one has been frozen now all day, so it's probably peacefully asleep. Should I just do all three of them? What do you think?
No, I wouldn't.
Huh?
It's up to you. Probably wouldn't stand there if I was you. You're going to get full of lobster juice.
Okay. I'm going to pause it. Caribbean lobster, Bruce is explaining to me, it's different. You don't do the tail, you do just the, which part?
You do through here. You can eat some of this, but this in here you get rid of. Here you get rid of. But you can actually consume these parts too. But most of the time, what you get is right there.
Okay. So this is cooking. Put the torch on. Oops. I have it on. Where's the third one? Will you have it? I'm gonna video it. But I'll just do it from a distance. Okay. Am I videoing? Yeah. Okay, we've got the lobster all cut up now. And that's 3 of them that I bought yesterday? No, today. Sandra got it for me. And some cooking. The sauce. is that?
No salt seasoning.
I've never even heard of that.
All sorts of different types.
And what's that?
Basil.
I grow basil at my house. Oh, you do too, don't you?
Yeah.
What is that?
Marjoram.
Ooh. And what would it be without oregano? Of course you need oregano. I don't know, but if you ever want to come down to Jamaica and stay over here, this makes the best pasta I've ever had in my whole life. What is that, vinegar?
Yeah, a little Worcestershire.
Worcestershire sauce? That's Worcestershire. And last but not least, a little bit of sugar. Because why does it helps with the acidity?
Takes the acidity out.
Takes the acidity out of the tomatoes. Oh, wow. I don't know, Bruce. I never had pasta like yours in my life. It's so good. You could open a restaurant, you know that.
I had my own restaurant.
You did? In Madison?
Littleton.
What was it?
It's called the Old Town Inn.
Really?
Right next to the Village Green.
Really?
And then I left there.
So it just peels out of there?
No, do it in the shell.
Oh, you're doing it in the shell.
Unless you
You're just
prefer
cleaning
to.
it?
Yeah. Unless you just want me to put it all together. Mating season, so it's illegal.
So it's mating season coming up. There's only a couple of days left in lobster season. So they won't be fishing lobster after the next couple of days. So I'm glad I grabbed this when I did. Because I wanted to have lobster down here, but it's kind of pricey when you're living down here, you know? Try to cut corners. There's this pasta sauce looking fabulous. Oh my God. It's so pretty. Lord have mercy. Fitz is going to be hungry too because Mommy's playing keyboard. Like for 4 hours at a hotel.
That's right.
He's going to give me my next information about lobster. What is it?
Well, you either have to do it fresh, or it has to be frozen. You can't let it sit around, like in the refrigerator, without at least cleaning it. There's a gland in the head of certain species of lobster that actually can spoil the meat and make it,
Make you sick to your stomach?
well, it can actually be a little poisonous. That's why
Ooh.
you see them do Maine lobsters, boiling them live. They're the only crabs that have the big claws, or the only lobsters that have the big claws.
Yeah.
That's why they do them live. Otherwise, you have to do them frozen, because the freezing process breaks that gland down. And,
If you do them live, it breaks the gland down too?
well, it doesn't allow it to if you let
Seep
them
into the
sit
meat.
after they've ceased to kick, that gland can produce, like I said, a toxin.
Really?
Right. So that's why you don't, when you're buying off the street, you want to make sure that lobster is still kicking, or if you can tell that it's
Yeah, I have a hard time buying lobster in Jamaica. I get nervous unless it's live.
right. So,
Because they could have frozen it, unthawed it out, and
well,
be standing by the side
fine.
of the road.
Yeah, but that's fine. It's not going to hurt you. But I mean, with fish, you can tell by the color of the gills, if they're nice and pink, and if the eyes aren't cloudy, that it's
Fresh?
that it's fresh, rather than sitting around for over a long period of time. Shellfish is a little tougher.
Interesting. So the pasta's still bubbling. And it smells amazing. Ooh, that smells good. And Bruce taught me how to waft smells with your hand. Like this, right?
Yep.
Oh, God, that smells so good. There's that chef's touch. God, you ever worry about cutting your fingers?
Fingers never touch it. Back of your fingers touch the edge of the blade. That's why you curl your fingers under.
See, there's all kind of cooking tips going to be in this video.
This is how you cut your fingers. You have your fingers like this in the back of the blade, and you never raise it above your knuckles. You never cut yourself.
Oh.
That's why chefs do this knuckle walk like this. Use your thumb. If you're pushing like celery and stuff like that, you use your thumb to push it forward.
So Bruce says he doesn't have to look at his fingers to chop because you run the blade across the back of your knuckles. So he's sitting there talking to me and looking all around and doing this. Wow. Now he's cutting up limes. He's got lime and garlic. I would have never been able to cook a lobster like that. It's awesome. Squeezing the limes over it. Ooh. This is going to be the best meal I've had since I came to Jamaica. And I've had some good meals.
As you know, the handle of a nutcracker.
Using a nutcracker handle to squeeze the limes.
That way you can get most of the juice.
I was going to offer to juice it with my juicer, but we don't need it.
Like I said, you use the handle, backside handle of a nutcracker, or tongs, or whatever, and you
Cool.
can get every last drop out of it.
Back to the kneesberries. Mm. Do you like kneesberries, Bruce?
Yeah, right.
They're my favorite fruit in Jamaica besides mango. Mango would be a close second to kneesberry. I really love kneesberry bad. I don't like June plums. I'm not into them at all. Cool. Okay, what's the next step? Are you broiling that? Do you need salt? What is that?
Yes, it's actually black pepper.
Oh, black pepper.
Not very much.
A little bit of habanero goes in it now. A little rosemary. You know, chefs have that same touch like hairdressers do. They just have a little flair with their hands. A A little bit of coconut oil. Normally would you use butter?
Clarified better.
Clarified, okay. Yeah, because otherwise it would burn, right?
It tends to brown a little too
It
much.
would brown.
The solids and whole
Is
butter.
ghee another word for clarified butter?
Call clarified butter.
A little bit of dried rosemary. A little bit of dried red pepper. I know this other chef that cooks with a lot of badilla. Is that a good brand of spice?
That's what I reckon. It looks decent in that.
Can you get that in Jamaica?
It's okay here.
So let's go over and look at how this is going to look before it goes into the broiler. Oh, it's so pretty. It's got the garlic on it, coconut oil, a little black pepper, rosemary, a little red pepper, and lime.
Yeah, broiling it.
So it just went into the oven and it's baking at 350. For how long?
Till it's done.
Oh, smart ass, okay. Till it's
When
done.
lobster, seafood, shrimp like that, when it goes from that opaque color to the white color, like
Yeah.
Sailor plate,
Yeah,
then it's done.
when it's white, it's done. When it's no longer opaque and there's no clearness to it, it's done.